Okay, so this is Fry Street Days pilot episode. Written by Raymond Varela and Holly M. Brought to you by Materia Prima Production. Okay, so the intro's the Fry Street Days theme. It's just a sweet little melody, kind of just welcome you to the scene. And then we hear some vacuum tube noise like an old radio, and on comes the narrator.
Tonight, we bring you Fry Street Days, a new auditory sensation. Starring Blank is Jared D. Miller, and Blank is Roy York, two young men whose lives change after they collide as college roommates. This year is 1982, and as the summer draws to a close, just as everything seems to be falling into place for our young men, their worlds change as they know it will be changed forever.
Okay, interior, Miller home, day, early morning, 7 a.m. Jared, his mother Mia Miller, and his father Dr. Bill Miller are at home.
I have never in my life been so embarrassed. Honestly, Jared, what were you thinking? You have brought shame on yourself, on this household, and most importantly to me. Not only to mention your girlfriend. I just got off the phone with Mrs. Cobb. Did you know that Kim is so upset? She's dropping out of the talent show at the club Friday night. This was her last year to own the spotlight. Now you've taken that away from her. Why on God's green earth did you call them from the police station at 2 in the morning? Do you even think about how your actions reflect upon her? No, you don't. Because that would imply you're capable of caring about anyone but yourself. But what do you have to say for yourself? Be quiet, Jared, not a word.
A moment of silence, rustling of newspapers indicating of Dr. Miller's presence.
I've called a few friends to see if there was any possible way to hoist your fat out of the fire. But you managed to get yourself blackballed from every Ivy League university. Stanley, I'm at a loss. What are we going to do with him?
Well, I've been thinking, Mia, ever since this happened, about the direction for Jared, I think it'd be a good idea to see a side of society that isn't as privileged.
What are you saying?
Bruce.
Bruce?
Uncle Bruce? In Texas? Quiet,
Jared. The adults are talking.
Bruce is worldly.
Bill, he may be your brother. He's not the kind of influence Jared needs right now.
All I'm saying is, he lives outside of Dallas now.
And what, pray tell, is outside of Dallas?
There's a college there. It's in a little town called Denton, about 40 miles north of Dallas. It'd be a good starter school for Jared. He can get his feet wet, find out what he likes. Bruce can check in on him, and you can call him every week.
So this is what it's come to, Jared. We're shipping you off to Texas, like some mentally ill person or drug addict.
I've never been to Texas.
Enough, Bill. I didn't even know you and Bruce still talked.
We do, when we're about able.
Jared, what do you think?
Do I really get a say?
I can't force you to go, Jared. Now can I? But you need to go to college somewhere. Then it's settled. I suppose I'll call the admissions office when they're open in a few hours and see about getting you enrolled. I'm sure you qualify for a Texas school. Bill, give your fairy friend, the travel agent, a call and arrange our flights to Dallas.
I can't. The new exam tables are being delivered this afternoon, so I have to push all my morning appointments up.
I suppose I'll have to do everything myself. At least call your brother so he can change his underwear before we visit him.
What's the weather like in Texas?
Horrible, just dreadful. The air will hit you like a wet, smelly mattress. It's only fit for coyotes and Mexicans.
Actually, Jared, If you don't like the weather in Texas, just wait a little while. It'll change.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch. Interior, Yoke Ranch office. Jenny Yoke is working at her desk. Enter Rory after knocking. They have both robust North Texas country accents. Okay, there's a knock on the door and the sound of the old hinge making a noise as Rory opens it.
Hey, Mama.
Hey, Rory. How's my high school graduate? What can I do for you?
I need to talk to you about the ranch.
Okay, Rory. What is it?
Mama, the day Daddy died,
Yes?
that day, Daddy told me he was gonna see to it that I'd be the one running things around here. Did he talk to you about that?
Yes. Yes, he did, Rory.
And he got on the phone to call Jerry before dinner that very day.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry handles all our legal business, doesn't he? Contracts, taxes, inheritance.
That's a fact, Rory. He does.
And Ray, not me, is running this ranch.
Ray's the eldest.
But you knew that Daddy wanted. He died before he could put it into writing. Why didn't you honor his last wish?
Because ranching is a fool's errand, Rory. There's no money in it. There's drought. There's fire. The price of everything from hay to gasoline keeps going up and down, and trying to balance the books is damn near impossible.
Mama, ranching is like poetry. Getting up early, being with the animals, being on the land, not having any doubt about your place in the earth, feeling your soul expand when you look out there. There is a whole way of life. Doesn't that mean anything to you?
You think my life began when you were born? You're telling me what ranching is? Ranching is slaving away in the kitchen all day with no help. Ranching is birthing a baby and then getting up the same day to make dinner. When I was young, I wanted things in life, what everybody wants. A nice home, money in the bank, a good car, and then your daddy happened to me. Ever since then, it's been sacrifice non-stop. I had to turn from a girl into a woman instantly.
So, what's your point, Mama? That ranching is tough? That your life is tied to the land?
Yes, Rory, this land is half mine, and it's worth something to oil and gas developers, to real estate people, to cities and school districts. We have 1,800 acres, and one day we won't have to work our fingers to the bone. In 20 years, this land will be worth something.
It's worth something to me right now. That sounds like Ray talking.
No, Rory. Ray's just doing what I want.
Does that include expensive parties with the white powder? Staying up all night with the kind of people he goes out with?
Ray's not perfect, but he and I agree. Ranching has no future. It's just poverty, penny pinching, and waiting for the next disaster to happen. And after I die, my grandchildren will beat each other's throats, fighting for the scraps that's left over when we all go broke. No, Rory, you're not going to run this ranch. We're cashing out one day, and that's that.
Oh, Mama, you don't understand. You've changed since Daddy died.
It was your father that changed me, Rory. I'm just coming back to myself. I'm sorry, my baby boy. You're going to have to find a life for yourself doing something different.
Oh, Mama.
Run on now, Rory. Dinner will be ready soon.
Okay, end scene. We hear Rory's old truck pull up behind Jim's Diner with its distinctive engine sound. Chug along. Mia.
I like to say they call this Fry Street rather than it. They call this
Okay.
Fry Street.
Okay.
This looks like a low-budget movie set.
I think it looks cool, like the last picture show, but with pavement.
It's not without its charm. It's the people here who make it all worthwhile.
Sure, Bruce. Misery loves company.
Let's go in, Mom. Maybe it's air conditioned in there.
Jim's Diner? Okay, it can't be any worse on the inside than on the outside.
Okay, interior Jim's Diner. Hear the hubbub of many voices and the clink of cutlery. It's echoey. Order up. We got Penny. She's at the cash register. Young, skinny waitress. And go.
Welcome to Jim's Diner. Hey, Bruce, is this your family?
Yep. Oh, yes, from out of town, and a new friend.
What y'all be having today?
2 eggs over medium, hash browns, toast, and coffee.
It's too hot to eat.
Would you like some iced tea?
There's an idea. Yes, thank you.
I'll have a Spanish omelet with toast and coffee.
Just biscuits and gravy, and some sweet iced tea, thanks. What's your name, miss?
I'm Penny. And you are?
Call me Rory. Say, it looks like a little crowded. Where will they sit?
Just go through that door and find a table. That'll be $12.50.
I got it.
Thanks. Let me get the tip.
They make their way through the door. Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, for you, Penny.
Thanks, Rory.
They make their way through the door, interior of rose costumes. The acoustic ambience becomes less reflective and more absorbent
As we enter the costume.
as we enter the costume shop.
Holy mother of God, will you look at this?
Cool, it's a costume shop.
Watch out for the gorilla suit.
I'll sit next to the Nazi uniform. Here's your chair, Mom.
Thanks, dear. I wonder what your dad would make of all of this.
He spent plenty of time in Texas, Mia. This isn't so different from some parts of San Marcos or Austin.
Yeah, I guess so, Rory. You say you're from a ranch?
Yes, ma'am. Small one.
How many acres?
Only about 2,000, a little less.
Your family owns 2,000 acres?
It's not that much, but it's paid for, or it was until recently.
That sounds really cool.
Well, life in the big city sounds pretty cool to me. What's it like up there in New York City? Is it like the movies?
We don't live in the city. We're about 20 miles north. Jared's father is a medical practice.
That sounds really nice.
I was hoping for something like that for Jared, but
Take it easy, Mia. Jared's just getting started in college.
So what makes you want to go to NTSU, Rory?
Nobody in my family's been to college. I wanted to give it a try.
North Texas isn't an ag college. Would you try E&M?
I've learned a lot about ranching in my life. I'm ready for something different.
what's your major going to be then, Rory?
Oh, I'll figure it out as I go along. Here's our food.
All right, everyone. Let's see. You have the eggs over medium. Here's your iced tea, ma'am. Here's the omelet for you, sir. And Roy, here's your biscuits and gravy. Please let me know if you need anything else, okay?
Wow, people are sure polite here.
Well, there's a lot of guns here. Sort of breeds politeness. And if there's no hard liquor in Denton, that helps too.
You gotta be kidding me. How backward is this place?
It's Bible Belt country. It's 10 miles south and 12 miles east to get to the nearest liquor store.
How about west or north?
There's nothing west or north. That's the edge of the world as far as liquors goes.
Well, there's Decatur, if you don't want to brew your own moonshine out in the woods.
I haven't driven that far out.
It's really beautiful in the spring. There's some big valleys, creeks, and there's some cross timbers. There's wildflowers in the spring like you wouldn't believe.
Well, this place isn't so pretty right now. I've never felt the sun so oppressive in my life.
Things wake up a bit at night when it's not so hot. It gets down to about 85 degrees and people can have fun. Most they go to Dallas though. There's not a lot going on here in Denton. It's a pretty quiet town.
So they flee as soon as the conditions improve, huh? To the nearest big city.
I wouldn't put it quite like that, Mia, but yes, a lot of students like to go to Dallas on Saturday night.
I think I could get to like it. I think I could get to like it here. What about you, Rory?
As far as I'm concerned, this is the big city. I like it already.
Well, Jared, you're all set. You've got money in the bank to pay for registration, books, and your meal plan. You'll take care of that tomorrow.
Sure thing, Mom.
Bruce, will you drive me to the airport now? Come here, Jared. Let me hug you one last time. They hug. God help you, Jared. I've taken you this far. You're going to have to get it together on your own now.
I'll be okay. Travel safe and tell Dad I'm doing fine, alright?
I love you, dear. You feckless thing. Call Kimberly today.
Good luck, Jared. You know how to reach me. Drop by sometime. I'm up in the street.
Thank you, sir. I will.
Exit Bruce and Mia. That leaves Rory and Jared alone at the table. Jim's is going to close soon. There's a pause.
So Roy, tell me about yourself. What's your major?
Well, Jared, if I told you, I'd have to kill you.
A secret major? Wow, it's so 1982. Basic protection for privacy now covers your college major. They won't even get to ask that in job interviews. I'm sorry, ma'am. That's personal.
It's just that when you hold something close to your heart, you don't want to talk about it. It's like talking about it would cheapen it.
The major that knows no name. This is a whole new approach to education. No discrimination based on college education. Professors don't talk, they show. No notes are taken unless it's in your own encoded private language. Those who can, teach.
Are you making fun of me?
I'm sorry. I'm thinking I'm starting to hyperventilate. What's wrong with me?
Jared breathes faster and faster.
I'll get help.
Rory runs. Oh, interior, Jim's diner. Rory runs into the kitchen.
Penny,
What is it, Rory?
do you have some kind of bag, paper, plastic? What have you?
Here we have lettuce in this one.
Thanks.
Rory dashes back into the costume shop. Interior, Rose's costumes. Here, Jared. Oh, sorry.
Here, Jared, breathe into this.
Jared starts huffing into the bag. Eventually, his breathing slows.
Whew, that's better. What came over me? And what's that smell?
I don't know, Jared, but if it was to venture a guess, I'd say you're taking your first breath of a free man. You're away from your family now.
I think so. I'm free. I'm free.
Exterior, Fry Street. Jared runs outside. Rory follows him. We hear the bell of the door on the costume shop as it opens and shuts. Ding. There is a sound of percussion jam on the lawn of the language building. It grows louder and louder and more dramatic as Jared continues to run and shout.
And laugh hysterically.
Jared continues to run and shout and laugh hysterically. He dances among the percussionists for a while until he dashes across the street again.
I'm free. I'm free. I'm free.
Jared, look out!
And we got Rory, Jared, and Bongo taking a little tour of Fry Street.
Okay,
Bottom
okay.
of the page.
Oh,
The
right.
hot spot in
Yes.
82 was the library.
And then exit Fry Street Bongo.
Library is in here.
Good.
All right. So
That's not in this script, but it's in other ones.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Exterior, Fry Street, Bongo, go.
Okay, gentlemen, seeing as how y'all are new in town, over there, up a little bit on the left, we've got a house that was once inhabited by Roy Orbison himself.
Roy Orbison, he's one of my heroes.
Yeah, he went to the NTSU music school here for a while, before he made his way to Nashville. Roy missed a line to the looks department, but he sings like an angel.
So true.
Who?
You've heard Pretty Woman? Only the Lonely?
Oh, that guy. The Beatles liked him.
Okay, back this other way. Let's cross the street. We've got Corkscrew Beer and Wine closed on Sunday, I'm afraid. Here's the barber shop. The old guy in there fought in Korea. He's got some stories. This here's a cool little bookstore run by Gordon, a novelist. He runs these little poetry readings, and sometimes there's bands too. Lots of fun on a hot summer night when there's nothing else to do. Over there is Jim's Diner, and across the street is Texas's original head shop.
What's a head shop?
Where'd you say you were from? You never smoked
Anja.
ganja?
You mean pot? Yeah.
Nope.
Well, you need papers or pipes. That's where you get it. The hours aren't regular, but if you show up at the right time, you can do business with them. Anyway, right next to that is the Sammy House.
A Sammy house?
Sigma Alpha Mu, also known as the Delta Lodge. A real fun place to party. Once a year they have the Fry Street Fair.
What's that?
It's the social event of the season. You'll see. Anyway, down at the end of the block is Avenue A. They have frat house type bars there. Oh, I almost forgot. Right over there is Crossroads.
Crossroads?
It's a bar with a stage for bands. Just don't go in there looking for a fight. You'll find one. Let's go around the corner.
Hey, walk for a bit.
This here's Benny's. It's a good bar for jazz. The music school here teaches jazz, has been since before World War II. Lots of good musicians play here during the week, and if you get a hankering for Mexican food, Yolana's is right over there. So that's Fry Street in a nutshell, my young friends.
I could be bounded in a nutshell and think myself a king of infant space. Thanks for the tour, Bongo.
Yeah. It all looks pretty cool.
You're welcome, young men. I've got things to do. Nice to meet y'all. Hope to run into y'all again, Jared, Rory.
Jared and Rory, Rory and Jared walk down Fry Street. Exit Bongo Man.
Well, Natalie sure did monopolize you. She really laid on the charm.
Wow, she's beautiful.
Red hot Latina woman.
Maybe she's hot for me. She gave me her card.
Or maybe she just felt bad about having run you over.
She gave me her card and she said to call her.
Why don't you talk to Kim about it?
I don't think so.
Interior V-World later. A woman named Gina runs the place. She is a hefty, hateful woman who struggles to catch full breaths behind her words. Because of this, the shrill sound of her voice comes from the top of her mouth. You probably don't have this version, so I just realized that. She's shrill.
I got
Go.
This place is called V-World?
Yeah, this is the place to get textbooks, art supplies, what have you. They even have sweatshirts with the NTSU logo all over them.
So much green.
Well, don't just stand there gawking. Can't you see I'm working here? Out of my way.
Whoa, sorry.
Is this Clueless one with you, Tex?
Yes, Gina. This is my new roommate, Jared. We were just taking it all in. He's not from around here.
Don't look like it, neither. Preppy clothes.
So where are you from?
What's it to you?
You don't sound like you're from around here either.
I'm from Scranton, PA. Got a problem with that?
Oh God, you're kidding me.
I'm not kidding, Preppy boy.
I'm from Scranton.
I've heard it all now. Tell me, Preppy boy, what high school did you graduate from?
Dunmore.
Oh yeah? What's the unofficial motto that all the Dunmore boys say?
More girls are done by Dunmore boys.
Well, well. What's your name and why are you wearing those clothes?
Jared, and my mom made me wear these. I'm getting out of them as soon as we get back to the dorm.
Did you ever go swimming in a quarry south of town?
Only every chance I got, and it's north of town, Miss Suspicious.
Oh God, it's been so long since I was up there. What brings you down here?
Oh, I needed a change. I had to go south, young lady.
Hey, Gina, let me borrow Jared for a minute.
They walk off into the stacks and whisper together.
What the hell are you doing, Jared? You getting knocked in the head back on the street?
I don't know. I just didn't like her being so hostile.
How'd you know so much about Scranton?
One of my high school friends was up there and wouldn't shut up about it. I know even more about Scranton than I ever wanted to know.
Well, you just about charmed the pants off her. Who are you, anyways?
Okay. I don't know what came over me, honestly.
I've got to look at some books. Watch yourself around me, okay?
Exit Rory. He picks up the book off the shelf and Jared picks up the book off the shelf and flips through some pages. To himself, he says,
Are doctors really helping people or just profiting from their sickness? I don't know if I can spend the next 8 years trying to figure that out. Business management, sports management, hey, music management. I can manage bands. I never even thought about doing that before.
Managing bands, huh? Don't you think you should be able to manage yourself first?
What is that supposed to mean?
I'm just saying, I don't think you could specialize in an area of management until you've done some prerequisites. For now, you should probably just stick with the basics and get registered.
You're right. I've got to get a calculus book, and I'm also taking Spanish.
Spanish, eh? Por qué?
Well, I had a nanny when I was growing up that taught me how to count in Spanish and how to say the month and day of the week. One day, my mom heard us practicing and she got angry and ordered Rosalinda to leave and not come back. Then she told me it was my fault Rosalinda lost her job and that I shouldn't speak such a filthy language.
Huh, that's rough. Did you get any other languages in high school? Or are you just making all this up?
My mom made me study Japanese. Really.
I'd like to hear you say something in Japanese.
Something in Japanese.
I was about to pull out something from an anime I saw.
Konnichiwa.
I didn't have any choice.
And why calculus?
I needed an easy A. I've already taken it.
Sounds like you get a good education up there.
Are you planning on buying anything, or are you just going to stand there all day thumbing your sticky fingers through my books?
Hold your horses, Scranton lady. Yeah, I'm gonna buy some.
Well, you better make it quick, and then come back and talk to me.
Yeah, we'll be right there.
If Gina finds out you're bullshitting her, she'll break your nose with the heaviest book she can find.
They walk out of the stacks and towards the cash register.
Okay, Gina, let's do business. Let me get these two.
Okay, don't be a stranger, pretty boy.
Oh, don't turn my head. You might give me the wrong idea.
Bye now, Gina.
The young men exit.
I think Gina's sweet on you.
Men.
Men.
She could use a little lightening up, if you catch my drift. Eh? Eh?
I think she worked here way too long, and each semester is a reminder how the time just slipping away from her. The people that come into her store are always the same age, but every time she looks in the mirror, she's gotten older. She sells backpacks and pom-poms to kids who have their whole lives ahead of them, some with great features, while she's on the backside, down the wrong side of 50. And then you show up from your hometown, supposedly.
Jesus. You could put that in a country song, Rory.